Struggling with fondant cake decorations, you do not have to worry because this video is going to be your last bus stop. Several methods can be used to achieve a sharp edge with your fondant cake decoration, but I'm going to be showing you the most simplest way to attain that. And if this is of interest to you, please stay tuned. As usual, the first step is to get the cleaning done, just to make sure there are no stains on the fondant, because anything, buttercream, chocolate ganache, whipping cream, whatever it is that is on your board has the ability to stain your fondant, and you wouldn't want to be struggling trying to clean up this mess. So better clean it before you apply the fondant. And while that is out of the way, the next thing is to knead our fondant. Your fondant has to be pliable, like stretchy and pliable. Feel free to add in the colors whenever you want to, and then continue to knead until you feel satisfied with the texture or whatever it is giving you. One tip, I need you to know that if you made your fondant from scratch, you need to give your fondant time to set, like allow the colors to set in. But I didn't make my fondant from the scratch, so I am buying and I'm using an already made fondant. That's why I'm using it straight away. I'm going on ahead to stretch out my fondant using this rolling pin, and then I cut off the rugged edges just to get a sharp, not like a sharp edge, but like a straight line on the sides of my fondant prior to placing it on the cake. Afterwards, I rolled it onto the same rolling pin that I'm using, and then I applied it to the cake. You can choose to skip this method if you've got a different or more reliable method with which you are achieving the application with. Okay, so the next thing I did was to cut off the excess from the back of the cake. I am going to be replaying this part, this cutting of the excess. I will replay it slowly in my short, so that some people who didn't really get that or who doesn't know how to do this can know how to do this as well. So if you are one of those, please just move over to my shorts and then see the video. I'm going to be doing it in a very slow motion so you could understand it in one of my shorts. Okay, so I smoothed out the edges, the sides, and then cut off the excess, and then excess on the bottom of the cake, and then on top of the cake as well. I had to knead the fondant together, just the one I'm going to be using to place on top of the cake. I had to just roll it out again to a circular motion. Then I applied it on top of the cake. But before I did that, I had to spread out the top of the cake, just as I'm doing in the video. So I spread out the top of the cake, and then I applied it, and then put a little bit of corn flour on top of it so that the cake board I'm going to use will not stick to the cake. I turned my cake, and here is where the work begins. I began to use the smoothener on the excess. I applied gentle pressure, and while I'm applying the gentle pressure all around, the smoothener is separating on its own. It's doing that on its own. It's just the gentle pressure I'm applying, and I did that all round, and as you can see, it has separated on its own. Afterwards, I went on ahead to use my knife to cut out the excess. The knife I used was to cut out the excess, creating that sharp edge. After this, I still repeated the use of my smoothener to finish up the work. Just go around it as many times as you want. As many times as you want to cut off this excess, as many times as you want to use the smoothener. Don't feel like you are being pressured to do it twice or once. No, just do it as many times as you want, you feel comfortable doing, and then you would get your sharp edge. You will definitely get your sharp edge. Once you're happy with what you have so far, flip back your cake, and then you have your sharp edge, smoothing out the parts you wish to be smoothened out. And that is it. If this video was of interest to you, please don't forget to give us a like, a share, or even comment, so that this video will reach out to so many people that need it. All right, till I come your way again, thank you for watching.